What's up? It's Tony back with another episode of the It's Tony podcast, and this is why hip hop needs gatekeepers. I spoke on this topic in a previous episode, and recently in recent news, I seen another example of why hip hop needs gatekeepers. DJ Akademics has a page where they post a lot of recent news in hip hop, and majority of the time that page is like a Drake fan club, and it tries to protect Drake's image, and basically it does a lot of Drake dick riding. I understand that DJ Akademics is a big fan of Drake, so I understand why it comes off that way, but today I think that page went a little too far. This led me to bring up the topic of gatekeeping in hip hop again. This page today did a post where they were breaking down one of my favorite songs from Drake's recent release. The song is called It's Up with Young Thug and 21 Savage. And this page broke that down. It broke down some of the lyrics from that song and Drake's verse. And according to the page, some of the things that Drake was saying in his verse was directed to A$AP Rocky. As we know, Drake and A$AP Rocky don't fuck with each other. It was highlighted even more in the Kendrick and Drake beef when Drake spoke about A$AP Rocky, and when A$AP Rocky went on the Metro and Future album and did a diss song to Drake. So as far as their feud between one another goes, it's been mild. It hasn't really gotten spicy like that. All they did was talk about each other's woman. Drake had a history of speaking about Rihanna over and over and sending like sneak shots to A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky finally responded on Future's album. You can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments with that timeline, but that's basically how it went. Now they're saying that in It's Up, Drake responded back to A$AP Rocky in his verse. A part of the breakdown that DJ Akademics news page did is saying that when Drake in the song says, "I'm 21, not 22, he was referring to the A$AP mob breaking up and A$AP Ferg leaving the A$AP mob, and they put a picture of Ferg's name not being A$AP Ferg anymore, and now it's Ferg. So they're saying that, oh, when Drake said, "I am 21, not 22, he is referring to A$AP Mob." I didn't care about that. That's nothing crazy. If that was a diss, okay, cool. The part of the breakdown that I think went a little too far, and where I go back to saying hip-hop needs gatekeepers, is when that page broke down this lyric. The lyric that Drake said was, "Heard you miss your dogs, now it's long live who? Idiot." So the page is saying that little bar or that little sentence was referred to A$AP Rocky as well, and it was referred to him losing his long-term friend A$AP Yams. And then when Drake says the idiot part, he's speaking of A$AP Rocky. Now, I don't care if Drake disses A$AP Rocky or if A$AP Rocky disses Drake, and clearly it was fair game when Drake was talking about Rihanna and praising her, or just throwing shots at A$AP while talking about Rihanna as well. It was okay when he was doing those subliminals. And then when A$AP Rocky spoke about being with Drake's baby mother, it was cool too. And the back and forth was mild. They just threw a couple of shots here and there. It wasn't crazy. But when it comes to this part is where I think two things. One is going further if this is true. Two is why gatekeepers are needed. I believe that gatekeepers are needed in this situation because a universal rule in battle rap, in if you was just dissing somebody, or if you didn't like somebody, or if you were clowning somebody and they were clowning you, you don't talk about nobody that died. I know that is famous right now with the younger artists, and they talk about smoking on people who's dead and stuff like that, but that's a boundary you don't cross, because when you do cross that, somebody can choose to want to be physical or cause you some type of harm. If Drake did say this, I believe a gatekeeper is needed because Drake crossed the line that you are not supposed to cross. This is all coming from speculation, and it's all coming from DJ Akademics' page. Like I said, the context is needed. DJ Akademics is a fan of Drake, and DJ Akademics' page does a lot of Drake dick riding, of supporting Drake, which they can do. So that context is needed. Now, if that breakdown that DJ Akademics' page did if it's true and Drake really meant to talk about ASAP Yams, a person that is deceased and that is related to ASAP Rocky, I think that Drake went too far, and it explains and it highlights and it shows and it emphasizes how Drake is not like us, meaning not like people from LA, but also saying he's not of the culture, because you don't go that far. Drake is not a kid. He's not in his 20s, he's not in his teens, where, oh, if he's being ignorant and saying, oh, smoking on your dead, you could give him some grace because he's not a grown-ass man. He's not an adult. With the younger kids and the Folios or the drill or Chicago drill, those people that were doing that smoking on your dead, they were doing those things because they were ignorant and because they wanted to do something to hurt the other side. It's different. Drake is a rich ass man, a successful ass artist, and knows that saying that, you wanted to rev the feud up. And by referring to somebody that passed away and somebody's deceased friend, that will rev that feud up. And the only person that will be responsible for if it is revved up is Drake, because he shouldn't have said that. But if he didn't say that, and that is far from what he was talking about, he wasn't referring to ASAP Rocky at all, it still shows why hip-hop gatekeepers are needed, because the page that did that breakdown and posted that breakdown and made that assumption, be it a reach, be it accurate, the page that did that is Akademics' page, and Akademics is one of the biggest people in the culture right now. He was just ranked #1 on the Complex media list. He was just a part of the biggest thing that happened in the culture this year. If he is allowing, because we don't know if Akademics wrote that and posted that. He's a busy man. I doubt that he did it. He probably has somebody else that did it. Okay, but he gives the green light to these things, and he allows these people to be hired and be able to post these things. He gave them the responsibility. So if they did that, with Akademics' name being a part of that, not only do the person that posts that need to be held accountable, but Akademics need to be held accountable too if this goes left. And when I say this goes left, what happens if ASAP Rocky feels like Drake went too far and now he wants to do something physical to Drake? Everybody was talking about, oh, it can go crazy between Kendrick and Drake and something can happen. And people wanted to hint around the Tupac and Biggie thing. Questlove even spoke about it and said he didn't like it because it could go that far. Is this not a situation of Drake being accused of going too far and referring to somebody's deceased friend, and then ASAP Rocky wants to take it there and hurt him or cause him harm? Is that not taking it far? Is that not Akademics promoting that type of behavior? We can't blame Akademics for nobody's actions. These are grown men. But we can blame him for promoting it. We can blame him for antagonizing it. We can blame him for instigating it. Is this not him instigating it? Is it not his page instigating that? And that is why gatekeepers are needed, because there was a lot of things that Akademics have done that was not a part of growing the culture, but it was a part of bringing the culture down or pulling the culture back or promoting something that didn't need to be promoted. I'm not saying that people can't speak on things that are happening bad in hip hop, and if it goes viral, I'm not saying that they are at fault for those things, but I'm saying doing those things and not adding a criticism and saying that, oh, this is not what we're supposed to do, and not bashing it, is a part of pushing it forward and is a part of adding to the chaos. And that's why a lot of people did not fuck with Akademics with the whole Chicago thing, because he was talking about real life things that were happening in Chicago and the real life pains and the daily lives of people that live in Chicago. But it was like he was pushing that agenda of, oh, Chicago was really that, but not saying, oh, this shouldn't be happening. People should be helping them. And Chicago rappers were offended. That's why gatekeepers are needed, because if we seen that he had the ability to do something like that, we should know, and hip hop people and the people that care about hip hop should stop him from doing that again. And I feel like this is an example of him doing that again. him promoting and pushing negativity, him promoting and pushing and instigating real life consequences to happen. We don't know who's seen that post. We don't know if ASAP Rocky seen that post and want to take it to the next level. We don't know if anybody that is associated in the ASAP mob sees that and want to take it to the next level. And if they take it to the next level and Drake hears about it or is now cautious of it, so now he has to put things into work that so he won't get hurt, so that he can hurt them before they hurt him, is that not an issue? Is that not a real consequence of DJ Akademiks having a page that is promoting violence? Like, I was trying to beat around the bush and not say it's violence, but that is what it is. The real consequence is it is inciting violence. And I'm not trying to be the old preppy, violence is not happening nowhere, but somebody with this loud of a voice should not be allowed to have a page where, one, they are making a breakdown about something that the artist didn't say, nor do they have the source with them to say, oh, these bars are correct and this breakdown is right. But we know that DJ Akademiks fucks with Drake and he's associated or can speak to people that are near Drake.
Party next door hits me. He's like, I come in town. Yo, we should be turning up and celebrating. Come on, my brother. Like, come link up, watch the show. And he's like, after the show, I want to chop it up with you. You know what I mean? He said the dopest shit. He said, yo, Ak, when you're speaking about all of this industry shit, you're always like 90% right. And he says to me, he said, yo, Ak, I just want to make sure, you know and understand certain things that when you're speaking from now on, at least about certain things, you're going to be 98% right. And I was like, oh, my nigga, party. Drake called in while we're chilling there.
So isn't it fair to say that that breakdown is true? The page that posted is funded and owned by Akademiks. Akademiks is a fan and speaks to Drake. So if that page is breaking down his lyrics, not only did it get the okay from DJ Akademiks, but DJ Akademiks has ties to Drake. So is it not fair for ASAP Rocky to see that post and be like, oh, this nigga on bullshit? You're not supposed to take it there. It don't have to be a written rule. It's just a common rule. It's common knowledge. You don't take it there. And if he did take it there, that is the example of he is not like us. And not only is he not like us, DJ Akademiks is not like us. He's not like hip-hop. He's not for hip-hop. He doesn't care about pushing hip-hop forward. He doesn't care about what his words and the implications of saying that, where it can go. It's careless. And it's why hip-hop gatekeepers are needed. When they come into hip-hop and when they start to become big and hip-hop looks like it is making another way for them and giving them another path and putting money in their families and in their lives, they should have to go through some kind of crash course or academy where you learn the basics of hip-hop and you learn the goal of hip-hop. It's to push black culture forward and it's to push black people forward. It is not to hold them back. It's not to tarnish the names of the greats that came before us, the legends that came before us. And I don't mean to go that deep, but that is what people should do. And I'm saying that for a person that is getting into hip-hop culture, like publicly and on social media, and it could become a way to benefit me monetarily, I would want to go through a crash course or PR or an academy where they're saying, yo, don't get on your camera and speak up about hip-hop in a way that it only benefits you, in a way that is not pushing hip-hop forward. The main goal, in my opinion, should be to push hip-hop forward. Of course, get the money, get everything that you want, but don't come into hip-hop with the only agenda of making as much money as you want, because sometimes you will do things that don't align with hip-hop, don't align with pushing black culture forward. And that's why gatekeepers are needed, because people need to realize that the goal is push black culture and hip-hop forward and help the next person behind you that wants to come into hip-hop. All I'm saying is, if the breakdown is not true, then Akademiks need to be held accountable for that. And the person that posted, if it wasn't DJ Akademiks, needs to be held accountable for that. And if it was true, not only does DJ Akademiks need to be held accountable for that, but Drake also needs to be held accountable for that, because that is not hip-hop. That is not pushing hip-hop forward. And it shows that these people are not like us. That is not hip-hop. That is not cool. people need to be held accountable for putting false information out if that's false. And if it's true, then Drake needs to be held accountable. And DJ Academics need to be held accountable for instigating it. And I stand on that. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm putting out content daily. I would love for y'all to subscribe because I'm trying to make this shit bigger. I'm not only talking about hip hop and pushing the shit that I love to hear, but I'm also listening to albums that I would never hear ever. And I'm talking about sports. I'm talking about things in the current events. And it's just a good listen, bro. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you for watching.